This Mini behind me is proof that cars mean so much more than just pieces of metal. This is my childhood best friend, Robbie. As kids, we'd ride our BMXs miles from home just to go car spotting. And the moment we were old enough to drive, all we did was go to car meets, buy cars, and of course, modify them.
This Mini JCW was his dad's car and he loved it. But sadly, a few years ago, his dad passed away.
And then it was passed on to his mum, but heartbreakingly, she recently passed away too.
And now this Mini Cooper S John Cooper Works, the last car that they both owned, has been passed down to him.
It's a car that, for obvious reasons, he will now keep forever. So today we're going to fix it, clean it up, and then modify it so he can enjoy it for years to come.
But first things first, we needed to get it into the unit and take a proper look.
Right, so this is Mini Cooper JCW meaning
cool
John
one.
Cooper Works, which means it's got a really nice body kit on it, a few nice bits. I really like these.
I like them a lot
think
as
they're
well.
really, really cool.
Mini obviously owned by BMW, so there's lots of BMW parts. That does also mean lots of maintenance needs to be done on them, and this has been used very daily.
Yeah, it's been used quite a lot, and he plans to use it as his daily now, 128,000 miles.
Yeah.
So there's a few little bits to catch up on, but we'll have a look underneath, because I would quite like to get to the mods. We've already looked at it and thought, there's a few things. You can always be lower, you can always be a little bit wider. We'll get to that in a bit, but let's give it a quick check over. If we find anything, we'll see what we can sort out.
There is a lip on that, so time for those to change.
Behind there, not too bad. So it needs brakes, maybe some front tyres, because they're a bit naff for a performance car.
I know it's a daily, but let's bring them down a bit.
This side, around about the same.
Matching tyres?
Matching, yeah, SP726 and a Sport Track again.
Top stuff,
of a similar vintage.
Also, I think this car will do really quite nicely with a polish of some variety. It's wet right now, so it might look even more shiny than it is. On the parts that are dry, that's not dirt. You can see underneath there is dirt in the paint.
Also, we've got these plastic trims, which, when left for a time, they tend to go a little bit faded. They should be a little bit darker than that. They dry out, so we'll have a look and see what we can make them look a little bit better.
Also, if you are a watcher of the Auto Alex channel, you might look at this Mini and go, oh no, that's bad. But luckily for us, Rory's Mini that they've been working on and blowing up engines and oil pumps going wrong and all that sort of stuff, in his Mini, he has the N14 engine.
If you ask someone about that engine who knows about it, they go, oh God, no. Whereas this is an N18 engine, which has a timing chain, which can have issues as well. But this has actually been done.
Yeah, so our odds are much better in this case. I don't know that TDC ramp has ever seen a car this clean underneath. This doesn't belong on our ramp, if I'm honest.
For a standard car, look at this diffuser.
Yeah, this is quite cool.
It's not like just for looks. It actually starts all the way back here and exits here. That is a really cool diffuser for a little hatchback.
Oh, okay, I've seen the bodge.
Yeah, so I believe this is related to, before Robbie's dad died, he wanted to put these tips on the car, never got around to it, so Robbie did it, and I think the sizing was off, so he bodged it. Other than that, we've got Michelin's on the back.
Michelin's on the back?
But all of the brakes and everything, they just look really tired and haggard and old, so that all needs to freshen up.
And then exterior-wise, we've got some attempt at some smoked lights at the rear, so we'll probably change those. Shall we get it down and look at the engine? Ben, what did you just say?
I said, is that a turbo there?
It is indeed.
Oh, mate, you're mechanic.
So, mini engine 1.6.
Yes.
1.6 litre turbocharged engine, about 200 and low 200 horsepower, so not terrible at all
so
for a little hot hatch.
Original reincarnation of the Mini had the supercharged engine, R53. This is an R56, has the turbo engine instead. I'm a supercharged man, but these are much better.
We'll do some servicing bits and a couple other bits, but other than that,
I'm seeing areas to clean, and I'm happy.
It's quite a common thing on these Minis where people black out the chrome trims. These would have been chrome, they've been wrapped, but they've started to crack. So we're going to keep them black, but we're going to find a more permanent solution to that. And also these stripes, which are not factory. These were put on, I think, by Robbie's dad, but they've started to crack. We'll either remove them or replace them. If we remove them, it'll be a blank canvas. We can polish over all of that and then we can start from there. So it is a JCW, but we don't have the really fancy, nice seats. So that's something I think we'll find a solution to. This does have a nice thicker wheel, but that should be Alcantara.
Sorry, are you joking?
Yeah, that should be.
I thought that was like a haha. No, that's actually plastic now.
Yeah, that's smoothed completely out. The interior of this is going to look so much better when we're done with it.
To work, gang. With a plan of action in hand, we started stripping down the Mini's brakes and suspension, ready for our first tasks.
Where's the gun? I feel like Ozzy Osbourne on a reality TV programme, just being followed. Any idea, gang?
Oh, I last used it. I actually did. See you on Monday.
Why has it been camouflaged like this?
Okay, basketball players for no reason.
Can you just penetrate all the bits we're going to have to undo? That should come off now, I think, just by hand.
Right, first things first, we're going to do the brakes. Tear down the brakes and then take out the struts. The first issue though we're having is I went to that side and I took the brake retaining screw out with the T50 Torx. Gave it one hit with the impact hammer. Fine, cool. Came around to this side and it didn't seem to budge. So I went to the back one, thought, well, I'll just do that one instead. I'll leave this one to last. And that one didn't budge. And then we went to the other one, that one didn't budge. So now there are 3 of us, including Kyle, all trying to get our own brake retaining screws out. Kyle has had success with a chisel and a hammer. So we're gonna, you can hear that going on now. We're gonna need to order some new ones. I hope that is not a sign of things to come. But unfortunately, it looks like it might be.
Jesus, wet.
Well,
yeah.
I have one word to describe it.
Okay. How about one word that we can use on camera? Yeah, I had a feeling that might be the same one.
I'll do it for real now.
Despite the setbacks, we were actually making progress until Will hit me with a problem. Will has a thing where if something drops in front of him, he'll kick it. But always with great connection. This WD-40 that I really desperately needed just fell on the floor. He's boosted it across it, and now, like not to laugh. Here? Nope. He's not doing it!
Yeah, this is just part of the procedure. This little bolt was a convenience more than anything.
See, it wasn't that difficult.
I don't know what everyone's moaning about. That was so easy. Old knackered disc, also looking a bit knackered.
Apologies.
A bit naff on the inside, and it's all rusty on the sort of bell there as well. New Febby Bilstein discs. We have these front and rear. The fronts are a bit nicer, which we'll get to in a bit, but they're going to look way better and probably stop way better than those old crappy ones.
But we couldn't install them just yet, as I still needed to remove the strut and fit the lowering springs.
Right, so one of the struts is out, and what we're actually going to do is do lowering springs on this car. Now, this is going to be a daily driver, so coilovers I think will be a step too far on this. You get more adjustment, but usually a coilover is a bit more harsh. A spring like this, an I-back lowering spring, will be way better for day-to-day use. It'll be sort of OEM plus, but it will sit a little bit lower. So that means we need to strip this one down.
Now, you might remember the last time we did this, I managed to get the spring stuck in the compressor, leading to a very sketchy manoeuvre. This time though, I've learnt my lesson and will be doing this properly.
Why is everyone standing over there? It's under tension still. That really does fill me with an immense amount of fear. Oh, it's right on the edge. Oh. There we go, folks. That's how you do it safely.
But the fear didn't end there.
But has it all come apart in exactly the order I wanted it to come apart in?
After that somewhat sketchy procedure, Kyle and I rebuilt the rear dampers, installing the lowering springs, but the fronts required a purchase.
Basically, we had to get new front dampers. These are brand new front dampers. We only had this brand on one side, and there was a Sachs damper on the other. I think Sachs is going to be the original damper. This is an aftermarket one, but basically, we couldn't really get the old ones apart without butchering them. So we don't want to put butchered dampers back in. They're not that expensive, so we put some new ones in. So now we have new damper with new bellows and a new bump stop and a new top mount as well. So this should feel fresh.
Is it going to go in the car now, or what's the plan?
Plan eventually will be certainly to put it on the car. I will endeavour to get it on the car, but first I have everything else to do. See you, gang.
With the fresh dampers in, we then fitted the new Bilstein brakes. And once those were on, we then fitted some shiny new spacers from the guys at WheelPartsDirect. After that, we dropped it down to the ground to take a look at the fitment.
So, Will, you said that your side is wider, the spaces we're testing, wider spaces on that side?
20s and 15s, but alternating front and rear. Okay. I think your side will be the correct side from what my eyes see. Ooh, now the front's a little high. I think we could have gone with all 20s.
I agree.
But I think we're going to go with that side of spacer and what such.
The all-important fat man test.
Oh yeah. Yeah, calm. I like that. Again, nothing extreme, but it is a daily. So these stripes that are on the bonnet, they're not factory stripes. They do kind of look factory, if I'm honest, but they have started to split and crack. So my plan is to remove them entirely. When Robin comes here tomorrow, you can polish the entire thing, then the whole bonnet will basically be the same. Otherwise, if he polishes around this, and then you take the stripes off, you're gonna have a weird stripy bit. If you fit different size, it's gonna look weird. So let's see how well they come off.
My technique was simple. Use a heat gun on the vinyl to soften it and loosen the adhesive underneath. Then, when trying to remove it, it should make it much easier.
Right, stripes are off. There's sticky residue stuff, but Robin will have something to remove that sticky residue, then he can polish it, and it should look really, really nice. I think it's gonna look really nice. Without the stripes, it's his choice after all, but I think it will look clean.
So with that, it was time to leave the car with Robin from Viking Detail, as this car has been used as a daily driver by both Robbie's mum and dad, so it was in desperate need of a proper clean-up.
After giving the Mini a proper jet wash, Robin got to work making the paintwork shine, starting with removing the sticky residue from the bonnet.
Then he went over every single panel and trim, making them look almost brand new again, and the car was looking like when Robbie's dad had bought it all those years ago.
So Robin was here deep into the night cleaning and polishing this car. Honestly, it looks ridiculously good now. We've got more of a blank canvas here. He's polished out these stripes so you can barely even notice they were ever there. But now, moving on to some more visual bits. There are some tatty bits around here. These have all been wrapped and they're all peeling. These have all been wrapped and they're now peeling, so we're going to replace those. So underneath this sort of piece of vinyl or tape here is actually just chrome. Some of you might prefer that, but it doesn't quite suit the vibe of this car. But what we've got in replacement is these. They're not actually grey. This is just a protective film on the top. But these are one piece that go over the entire trim and they stick over the top with double-sided tape. They have a little bit more coverage and they should weather a little better as well than just that. These are already starting to fray on the sides and peel off, but it also means nice satisfying job of, oh, that's nice. Oh, I like that. Oh no!
That's actually matching the paint. Oh yeah, okay.
You can already see
the difference,
this compared to the one on the door. The tape only like covers half that rubber strip, whereas that goes right up there. It actually looks kind of factory.
These new trims were making a world of difference, and the Mini's exterior was really coming together.
Lovely!
Clean.
What a clean trim!
Usually I'm a chrome trim man, but this works. I think we leave it like that as well.
Yeah, no, this is nice.
I think we add a little bit of colour to it.
Sort of giving that pre-delivery inspection type vibe.
Oh hell yeah. Oh hell yeah. Clean.
So I just pulled off this original sort of headlight surround, which has been wrapped matte black by Robbie, I believe. It hasn't lasted particularly well, it's sort of cracked here and there. It probably looked okay at the start. What I have realised, and if this was you, Robbie, a shame on you. Every single clip is snapped, and it was sort of siliconed on here, so I think we're doing a favour by replacing it with these, which are just black plastic ones. They should last a little better, they're not wrapped, and hopefully they should fit a little better because they've still got all of their clips.
With the work of Robin and the new trims, the Mini's exterior was looking unbelievable.
But there was still much to do on the interior, and for that, we needed some new parts.
Right, we've come down to see Jake at Wiltshire Mini Specialist because we're picking up these seats.
They're cool.
Now, these don't come up very often, but what are these seats actually out of? Is it just a normal Mini or?
Yeah, that's actually out of a Cooper SD. So
Okay.
it's not even a John Cooper Works, but they're just a very, very rare factory option.
But these are just way more fitting of a JCW than the seats that are in there. And they're half leather, half Alcantara. It's the same vibe, but they're just a way more comfortable and a way cooler looking seat. And we've got the rear seats. And you've also got some carbon trims as well. But if you need any mini bits, this is a place to come, because honestly, I got a massive list of stuff.
Also, yeah, Jake's quite a good salesman. He's been walking around going, what about this?
So with our new bits secured, we loaded them into our temporary parts car and got back to the unit to to install everything.
Okay, so we've got the new seats. These are the old ones to come out. Obviously, Will showed you them earlier. They're not particularly nice. There's nothing wrong with them, but this is a full JCW kitted car. They just look a bit So time for these to come out. I've already taken all of the bolts out. Whenever you take seats out, especially in a more modern car, you're very likely to have, under here, a cable that will have either something to do with the airbags in the side, or if you've got heated seats, I believe these ones are, right? Yeah, we've got heated seats here and there. Don't just start yanking the seat out. Be patient with it. Also, if you've got a headrest, you can give yourself some more headroom by taking that out. Now you can get it out the door a little bit easier.
With the old seat out, we got to see a side-by-side comparison with the new one, and it was so much better.
But before I installed the new ones, I wanted to give them a quick freshen up.
And while Edwin was busy with that, I was busy replacing the old rear lights.
And we've gone with a mod that actually Robbie and his dad wanted to do many years ago but never got around to it, which is some of the Union jack lights. Now I know these aren't really to my taste either. They will make it look way more modern and way more clean and way better than those nasty hazy ones we've got back there. Fortunately, it's quite easy to get these out. A few bolts, pull this one out, unplug it, plug the new one in. These should be plug and play, but we'll see, and then go from there. They should look way better. Ooh. That's the third take.
There you go.
Oh goodness. Oh shit. It's way lower as well. Hell. Perhaps there's a Mini in my future. I feel like Ben right now. Oh, I can sit in this.
The new seats looked amazing, and the rear lights were also now in, although you might remember me saying this.
These should be plug and play.
But videographer Jay had warned us earlier that they likely wouldn't be plug and play as we had suspected.
Brake lights, reverse light. So a little bit of wiring for Jay, I believe. Jay warned me of this. I didn't believe it. Here we are.
They look like the same as Rory's lights, and the
It's
wiring
different.
was...
They just plug into there.
Luckily though, after a small bit of wiring,
Yeah.
fixed.
This is why he gets paid the big bucks.
You guys get paid?
with the lights now properly working, I finished them off with some trim surrounds.
Then it was time to fit the new carbon trim pieces that we got from Wiltshire Mini Specialist. The John Cooper Works Minis come with carbon fibre gear knob that they have. This is a replica one that is cheaper, but for good reason, because the standard John Cooper Works gear knobs are horrible.
It's horrible.
They look like a cobra's head or like a walking cane. They're worth so much money.
Hundreds of pounds.
Hundreds of pounds alone. So absolutely not buying one of those. Instead, what is it, £60 off?
That was £65, that was.
Fine.
It says John Cooper Works on it. It looks very, very close to the carbon that's already in here. So
It'll do.
John Cooper Works, keep it, mate. So these grub screws here, tiny little screws here. Called grub because I don't know. Maybe they're as small as a real grub in real life. A lot of aftermarket gear knobs will have a screw like this because it literally, when you put your shaft in, and you screw your grub screw down onto it, and it'll hold into place.
Grub screw time. Well, I'm just holding his knob. Nothing to see here.
Hold his knob so I can tighten it down.
Grab his.
With the new interior installed, there was an important fix to do that happened during the strut removal earlier on.
Wow, that was that bolt had a tough journey out there. Oh. When it's come out, it's picked up threads in there, so these threads are from inside that. Now this might seem minor, but with the threads ruined inside the suspension arm, we'd need to replace the whole thing. The bolt itself might be savable, but the threads inside there need healer coiling or changing. It's going to take much longer than just swapping out the arm at the rear now. So we'll take this all apart, chuck the new one in, and then it should work.
Luckily, Jake at Wiltshire Mini Specialist had managed to find us a replacement arm and even helped us get it installed.
With that mistake fixed, we needed to do an all-important service.
Starting with the plugs. Now on a Mini, it's really, really easy. Look at that. Take that plastic cover off, which just pulls off, and there are your plugs right there. So do not get rinsed on spark plug services on some cars. This does not take very long at all. We have gone for an upgrade. Now these are NGK plugs for an Evo 10. So when you go to like a stage 1 or a stage 2 tune, these are meant to be a little bit better. So we're going to put those in preparation for a little tune later on. Plug. There we go. All done. Right, so that's the spark plugs all done. Next up is an oil service because I have no idea when an oil service was last done on this car. I don't know any of the history on this. However, if you are buying a used car, you should always run a car vertical check so you can check out its history.
That's right, because every single day, hundreds of cars get crashed, stolen, or written off, but some of them get repaired and put back on the road in an attempt to hide their shady past. With the car vertical report, you can find out that dodgy history.
Now, one thing I did notice on this car is it did have a number plate light out, so I've just replaced it with these nice bright LED ones. But if you want to run a car vertical report, all you need to do that is either the car's VIN, or you can use its number plate, and then a car vertical report will tell you if that car has been crashed, stolen, or clocked.
Now here we are on the Car Vertical app, and we've pulled up Robbie's Mini. We've got it up at the top here, and it has one of the highest car vertical scores we've seen in a long time. It's 78 out of 100. That is because it's got green ticks for mileage, finance, damage, and theft, but it does have a note on the tax and fees. It says this vehicle is taxed at a higher rate.
Now, here we've got another Mini, not a Cooper Works this time. This one is just a diesel, and we have got a yellow marker for damage. And if we tap on damage, we can see there are 3 different records for damage. We've got 2 in Belgium, and then another one in Croatia. And if we scroll back up, we can see photos of that damage. It's actually not that bad, but with the car vertical report, you can find out all of this shady history.
So the next time that you're buying a car, van, or even a motorbike, make sure that you're on a car vertical check to make sure the price you pay for it matches its history.
And as an added bonus, Car Vertical are offering you guys 20% off when you use our code TDC. So the next time you're buying a car, support the channel, use our code. Now let's get back to the Mini. So I just did a quick Google because I couldn't see an oil filter. Lots of these like sort of BMW sourced engines in and around the area. You see the oil filter housing somewhere at the top. This, all the way down there, so you have to move the coolant bottle out of the way.
I don't like that. Here we go, sports band. Oh, nice, okay.
Now what's interesting is the thing I just read just said, yeah, just move it sort of up and to the left, but there is another pipe attached to that.
Okay.
Sorry, you meant to do a full coolant change as well, or?
After removing that additional pipe, we managed to get the bottle out of the way.
Would you like me to hold your pipe?
I want you to illustrate where this thing is to the viewers. Oh.
There, that's the oil filter housing there. Don't like that, not a fan of that.
With a lot of struggling, I managed to remove the oil filter from its cave.
It looks fine, looks all good. Nothing untoward in there, no metal, no clumps. When oil gets old and you haven't changed it in a very long time, it will start to get like clumpy. It will be not very nice, it'll be gloopy. Lots of words that end with E. But this looks okay, looks fine. It's a little bit dark, needed an oil change. So good job, we got some new stuff.
Mini people, hit me up. Tell me things I don't know.
Like Alex Custom, should we get Alex Custom?
You know what? I actually think you would benefit from being a Mini person.
Big discussions online about talking oil filter housings, talking it, hand tight.
I mean, my first method would be, can I get a thread, please, on this oil filter? Once that's on, it's 25 Newton meters, which equates to, if you've got a brain, it's just sort of about tight.
I'm a red Loctite impact gun kind of guy.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, just send it in, make sure that next guy got no chance.
Trying to install the new filter, I was losing my patience.
What a ass design. I can't even tell if that's going on right. Who the fuck? Jay, who has smaller hands than I, has just been in there, had a feel around and told me it's good. Therefore, any cross-threading now, completely, literally out of my hands. Yeah, that'll do.
Then it was time to drain the old oil out and replace it. We asked the guys at Motul. They will be our official liquid sponsor for 26. We're genuinely over the moon about that. Thank you very much, Motul, for sponsoring 2 idiots, is really what I would describe it as. So.
The Mini's engine was now full of lovely Motul oil, and that meant we could take it down to Impulse to do some all-important audio upgrades.
Right, we've brought the Mini down to Impulse. My mate Robbie, he's also a bit of an audio man. He's also a guy who put subwoofers in his car when he was younger. But now we're gonna do something a little bit more sophisticated, a little bit nicer. This is a daily driver, so obviously I thought I would come to Impulse and see what they can do with it.
Yeah, first things first with the upgrades, you're a bit limited on a system like this because you've got the original screen with the multimedia system down the bottom. So a full upgrade it's a little bit too complicated on these to do. So we're gonna retain it all because you wanted to keep it like an OEM Plus kind of thing where it doesn't look too aftermarket. We're gonna replace and add in ZZ2 Apple CarPlay interface. So that interface will basically give you CarPlay without modifying any of the factory equipment. So you still get the car information. If there's anything on there, you don't lose any of those features. This is pretty standard at the moment. Like CarPlay interfaces for us is one of the most popular products, but at the same time, we can't leave you without any audio, any sort of upgrade. So we're going to throw in a little sub in there. We'll run for a few different options. So
just
a little sum in.
The Impulse guys wasted no time taking apart the Mini's interior, installing all of the new bits needed to make the Apple CarPlay work on the OEM screen.
And meanwhile, we were busy with an important task of our own, choosing the right subwoofer for the boot.
These are sort of our most popular in terms of small active subwoofers. The Audison 10-inch active sub.
So that is for the boot of the car?
Yeah, boot in the car, yeah. The nice thing about it, everyone worries about throwing stuff in. It's completely concealed, the sub facing downwards, so you don't notice it. But that there is sort of the higher end. So that unit on its own is 570, so it does push up the sort of price tag quite considerably. And then to come down to sort of the medium levels, Kicker, obviously they do this under seat sub, which we've had a look and it just doesn't fit under the seat. This unit's 400, but then we go down to the Hertz, which is 350. So this option is probably the most popular for us because it's actually got 3 subs, believe it or not. And obviously sits perfectly in with the Mini. I think it's probably best we'll go for this option.
Okay.
So, with our choice made, the Impulse guys got everything properly wired up and installed, ready for us to test it.
Again, we're testing with some copyright-free music. It sounds pretty good. Again, this isn't like a full thing like we did with the Fiesta. They're not 2 12-inch subs. This is meant to be a nice sort of OEM plus, everyday usable sound system. And it's already sounding pretty good. We'll go over some details in a sec. So, wow, but that is
As
cool.
promised,
So
now have Apple CarPlay on the original screen.
CarPlay, so this all looks like a 2025 car would be now.
And now you've obviously got the sub as well.
Oh, that's good. That's even just at that level. Oh, that's really, really good. That is really good. Oh man, that's an everyday usable thing. Obviously, you can control the bass as well with the knob down there, like the Fiesta had. You can turn it all the way down. You can take the sub out if you want to get some boot space. This is perfect for everyday use. This is absolutely perfect. Right, we get last bits buttoned up, but this is basically ready to go. I like that a lot.
A massive thank you to ZZ2 for supplying the CarPlay unit, and of course to Impulse for fitting it and the new Hertz subwoofer. The guys at Impulse are offering you guys 15% off Hertz products when you use a discount code TDC15. The link is in the description.
With all of the servicing, exterior visuals, interior visuals, and audio system done, there was one last thing to sort: modifying the engine.
Right, for the final mod on the Mini, we have come down to TRS. Just hear it starting it up now because we're about to do a baseline run to see what sort of power it should be standard, and then we're going to put a stage 1 tune on it just to make it a little bit peppy.
Just a little bit more zesty.
And we might ask for just like
a petit peu of pops and bangs.
Just a pop and a bang, little one. So let's see what it makes standard and then go from there. Right, so Peter's in the car now, about to do a base run. But standard, I think they're about 215 horsepower, so
something like that.
Hopefully, it's got 120 odd thousand miles, so we'll see.
After that initial run though, we were left with a power figure that was quite unexpected.
So we did just mention the standard they make 215. It just made 183 horsepower. And that's not the wheels. Some of you Americans or other people might think that's at the wheels, which means that the brake horsepower figure is higher. That's it. A classic TDC bringing a car to TRS and it not being right. This does happen when we come to TRS.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
I guess we can apply some tuning and see if we can spot anything from that.
I think pops and bangs.
Pops and bangs, of course.
They add power, don't they?
They always add power. Yeah.
With all of us a little bit baffled, we left Peter to build a proper map on this Mini, giving it the power that it should have.
Sounds good.
No pops and bangs. No pops and bangs yet.
After a bit more tuning though, our wish came true.
That's nice. Oh my God.
That's good. I like that. With plenty of dyno runs done, Peter had given the Mini a much improved map, and it was time to see the results.
Okay, right, there's been a lot more than I think he was expecting to do. This was meant to be relatively straightforward, but we have a number.
We have a number.
And it was 50 horsepower more than what we came in with.
Yeah, the gain I'm happy with. It's just not the numbers I expect to see. I'm not sure why it was so down stock and why it's still down tuned.
Yeah, it's a completely standard car. It's not high miles, but it's 120 odd thousand miles, and we don't know all the condition of all the other bits. But as a gain goes, like on the road, you're going to feel that.
Yeah.
50 horsepower a fair bit, and the torque's up a bit as well.
140 newton meter gain. That's like a whole 1 litre EcoBoost.
And there's going to be, and there's more, some slight burbles in there.
Yes.
I heard. Nothing too mad, because again, this will be a daily driver. But there we go, 50 horsepower gain. Massive thank you to Peter at TRS. This is actually kind of more of the thing you would do, right? Mini, BMWs, VAG stuff, that's your sort of stuff, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So if you've got a car like that and you want to remap, hit up Peter at TRS and don't bring him a piece of shit, please. Finally, this Mini, the car both of Robbie's parents had loved, was back to its former glory and even better than ever, ready for him to enjoy for many more years to come.
So here it is, the finished product, now clean again at TRS. It was absolutely disgusting because we are in the middle of winter here in the UK. We were thinking about doing like a big reveal and make it all emotional, but Robbie doesn't want to be on camera and it didn't feel very TDC to do that. We don't want to set something up, make it all fake. He'll get this car, he'll be very, very pleased with it, but let's have a quick look around everything that we've done because this car is looking
It's amazing.
So much better than it was.
It might not look that different to when we started, but you have to remember this is going to be his daily. This is a very sentimental car that we're not trying to turn into a race car or a high-power hybrid turbo car. He wants to use it.
We removed the stripes and then Robin has done a full machine polish on the whole car.
It's lovely. I drove this car back after TRS. This is so ridiculously fast. Like, I don't understand what it is. I don't know why. I wish I knew the physics behind it. I think it's because it gains so much torque. It's more impressive than my M3 on the motorway. It's more impressive than the Starlet that we had. It's really quite cool.
And it's now obviously sat way better, so we've now got IBAC springs and we've got some spacers from the guys at WheelPartsDirect. So this car just sits really, really nicely. There were lots of the trims on this car were really, really tired. So we replaced these. These look so much better than before. At the back, we put these aftermarket rear lights on. I wasn't sure. These are made to look like a newer Mini, the generation after, basically. They've got a sort of Union Jack in there. I followed you back in this car. I was in the Ranger and I was behind this. It looks really, really good with these lights. And we put some LED number plate lights into the rear of this car. It just looks fresh and new and modern.
And getting on to the important bit, the subwoofer in the boot. Bass knob means when you get to a song that has some great bass in it, whack it up and be a yob. When you get something else, you turn it back down. It's really good. Interior mods are one of the most underrated thing. It is where you spend the entirety of the time driving your car, hopefully. So upgrading your seats, your steering wheel, your gear knob, that stuff makes a lot of sense. And I think we've done it good in here. It's been done well.
This wheel is the original JCW wheel, so it's Alcantara top and bottom, but the Alcantara was all nasty and matted and disgusting, but Robin has done an unbelievable job bringing that back up to spec. We've got a genuine carbon fibre JCW gear knob in there, and then the best bit.
These seats are incredible. I drove to TRS and back in them, and they are probably one of my favourite OEM seats I have ever used in my life.
They see JCW by Recaro on the seats, and they sit so low. And then obviously the genuine Mini carbon fibre panels on the dash, well, which is just finishing it off.
The CarPlay makes it perfect, usable day to day. You can use it on the original iDrive as well. No, or what do you call it? What do the Mini call it?
I don't know. M-Drive.
I'm driving a Mini.
Mini Drive.
That's what I'm calling it. You will also note that this car is a bit different. We don't usually work on other people's cars. And to be honest, our plan isn't to do that. We're not looking to work on other people's cars. It's just because he's a very good friend of ours and we want to get it going. So please, no emails to us saying, can you fix my this, can you fix my that? We got too many projects on the board right now.
We might feature this car again on a V2 video. He's actually gonna come and pick up this car today. If you wanna keep up progress with it, we'll put his Instagram link in the description or something. If you wanna watch another video, you can see it here and we'll see you next week.